Henry, he's going to pass it. Touchdown. Touchdown, Titans. There are no flags on the field. Tennessee has pulled a miracle. And that's good. Picked off at the 24 by Myers for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question. Just continue to stay consistent and focus on improvement. It's going to be a quick answer.
All right, I like that extra beat, but that tells me that we are, in fact, live. Welcome, of course. It is Monday night. This is Everything Titans, the Tennessee Titans, NGSC Sports Tennessee Titans podcast, where we give you every stat, every play, every analysis, every week. Of course, please log on to the website, ngscsports.com, where you catch all of your current content. You log on to the website, of course, you'll see all of our content from our guys and gals up in the press box, Wake Forest football, Texas Southern football. Chris Lacey gives us the MLB Weekly Digest, of course, all that and more on NGSCsports.com, where we never stop, of course. Check us out on Facebook at NGSC Sports. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports. And, of course, on YouTube at NGSC Sports. Do us a favor, hit that like button and the subscribe button. Get them subscribers up. Get them people out for all you Tennessee Titan fans and all you Tennessee Titan haters. We are here. Of course, my co-hosts are on the show here. We start around the horn, of course, with the Dean. What up, cuz? You're on mute. Everybody on mute. That might help you.
What's going on, cuz? Man, yeah, we're ready to get to it, bro. Just trying to let you know what I mean, stay focused, man. Get these Titans together.
And my cousin that I'm real jealous of, as you can see, I'm the senior by like nearly 20 years or better on these guys. And I still look like the young boy, while this one looks like the old man. That's why I be hating on them, but I still love them. Co-host of Everything Titans, Antoine Hudson. What up, cuz?
What's up? What's up, cuz?
And the co-creator of this show, because I ain't gonna give him all the credit, that's why. And co-host of this show, Mr. Know-It-All. I mean, he does know it all, so he thinks. My heart and soul, my little brother, Mr. Bradford, sir. What up, little bro?
What's up? What's up? You know, I can't take we all co-creators of this Everything Titans thing. I will take a little bit of co-creator in NGSC Sports, bro. I love the way you got this thing rolling. Let's go.
That's why I said it. Of course, last week was the debut of the show, where we gave you the preseason, the season, the outlook on the 2023 Tennessee Titans football season. We talked about positions, the offensive line, the defensive line, the special teams, the coaching staff, the decisions that have to be made, strategies and all that last week. So this week we start for the season, where we break it down to you each game. We recap each game. Today, we're going to recap the Tennessee Titans 16-15 loss to the New Orleans Saints. That was hard to watch. But the format that we're going to use each week is we're going to talk the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I'm going to go around the horn, get the good, around the horn, get the bad, around the horn, get the ugly. Then we'll do a little bit more breaking down as far as anything else that we have to add, throw some clips in there. I do got a special one for y'all today, all right? So for y'all that are with us right now, stick around, because I got this little clip. We're going to call it This Motherfucker. We'll explain that in a little bit, but we're going to get straight to the show. So yesterday, of course, the Tennessee Titans go to New Orleans to face the New Orleans Saints and their brand new quarterback, Derekcarr. Ryan Tannehill now having weapons, Derrick Henry still in the backfield, a Titans defense that comes back a year better than last year. And unfortunately, the Titans go to New Orleans and they didn't lay an egg. They laid a whole 18 pack of eggs. And so we're going to talk about that. And we'll start, of course, like I said, we'll start talking about the good. And I'll take it to the Dean. And Dean, talk about the good for me, cuz.
Yeah, I mean, it was actually more good than I anticipated once I really stepped back and look at it, because the game itself was devastating. But if you're going to say the good, I'm going to go with the defensive line. And the defensive line, we had Arden Key had a sack and a half. Autry had a sack and a half. And then Jeffrey Simmons even had one. They controlled up front. That's what kept New Orleans from really being able to actually break the game open. But yeah, the defensive line was dominant. That's what I wanted to see coming into the year. That's my good.
Now you said the game wasn't that bad when you
We'll get into it, because I trust me, no, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was when I watched it. But yeah, we'll get into it. I got some shit for Zoe and everything. We're gonna talk about it.
I just want to, I'm gonna make sure I throw my little 2 cents every time y'all say something. The fuck, it wasn't that bad, but okay. Everybody got an opinion, so we gonna go to the HUDs and find out what he got. Yo, cuz, what you got good?
Yeah, I thought the line was awesome as well. Notably, Key, he was cheated out of a strip sack. I like Big Jeff, and Autry was phenomenal. The run defense all game was excellent, and I think that Hooker was he was special with his turnover, forced fumble recovery, and then the only interception that we had. And I hate that he suffered a concussion. Is probably going to miss some time.
Yeah. Bro, what you got good?
The good is Nick Folk. The kicking game is secure. Anything, he even made a 50-yarder. Feel like anything inside of 50 feels real comfortable, real solid with. I think that's an important thing in the way, especially the way it's looking like this offense is going to look, much to my chagrin, even though it was a different type of trash, but we'll have to get to that later on, because we got plenty of bad and ugly to get to.
see, this is what I don't understand about you, bro.
What?
One game means so much to you. Like, one game. It's like, so Toledo beat Texas Southern 71-3 today. So what? According to your logic, then Toledo should be walking around saying, we're going to the NCAA playoffs. We're going to go. No. Nick Folk didn't solidify shit. He had a good game. That's a damn good game. 5 for 5. All right, even though Stonehouse had a block punt, he did well like he always does. I agree with you guys about certain points about Key. I wish I wanted to see more out of Harold Landry, but he's just now getting back into playing shape. I tell you what was good. Let me tell you what was real good. The beginning before the game started. The national anthem was good. The camera rolling around the stadium was good. The commercials weren't bad, but that's about all the good I got for y'all, because I'm sorry. I know, but for me, one game just don't do it. And when you can turn around and say, what was, straight up, all jokes aside, what stood above all else that was good? The kicking game? Man, you got a problem when that stands above everything else. And that's it. You can't drop
what it is, though. I mean, what else?
But it's September, though. What's going to happen?
The D line was good. The D line was good. That made the defense. I feel the defense is legit. I feel like
defense.
Secondary got some holes, and we'll get to that. But defense did enough of their job. Offense didn't give no help.
The defense was legit. Okay, so this motherfucker let me tell you. So last week, we talking with my brother, right? And we talking about Christian Fulton. And you know, I got a lot of bad to say about Christian Fulton. Now hold on, because I gotta get this right. I gotta get this right. Hold on. I gotta get this right. So anyway, so my brother, we talking about, and Dean, we talking about Christian Fulton, the problems we've had with Fulton, and the fact that, you know, if the wind blow too hard, or if the rain falls too hard, or I don't know if he stepped left too fast or whatever, he just want to get hurt. And so last week, my brother decided he was going to give us this beautiful soliloquy. You know, he was going to break it down, and Christian Fulton and how things were going to work out this year. My brother, well, you know what? How about I shut the hell up and we let Zoe tell it in his words? Hold on. We ain't got no sound.
Right.
Yeah, we can hear that.
Matching up with D-Hop every day. He's matching up with he was matching up with Justin Jefferson in that practice. When those practices, when I seen the consistency and no tweaks, no hamstring anything. He's out there every single day. You remember last year, Christian Fulton practice a half a day. Oh man, I pulled something. Oh, he was dinged up all the time. So Christian Fulton, for projection, Christian Fulton's gonna be our best corner this year.
His mama don't think he a top 25 corner in the NFL. Will you stop it? Nobody in that world ever thought that under no circumstances, man.
I'm not talking about last year. We're talking about.
So that was a little take right there about Christian Fulton. So what we did last week was give Zoe the benefit of the doubt, and which is what we're gonna do for each other on this show. Good thing about us being family is when you're wrong, we're gonna roast your ass too. So, and you know, we do that, you know, that we've been doing that for 30 years, man. I've been with these boys for over 30 years, and you know, we get on each other's ass, right, cousins? Right, bro? So if you're watching the Titan game, I saw a play with Christian Fulton. It was a pass down the left side, and pretty good coverage by Fulton. I said, okay, that was pretty good right there. There was a running play for the Saints. I saw Fulton break, you know, for run coverage. He didn't have to make the play, but it was a good break. So that looked positive. And because, you know, he's my brother, I wanted to make sure that I focus on Christian Fulton. So I had to go replenish my water. When I come back, and I'm like, okay, we'll keep watching it. The next time I saw Christian Fulton, play was stopped. Because this motherfucker done pulled a hamstring. Game number 1, week 1. Ain't nobody even got warmed up yet. Hey, your boys in the stand ain't even started a second fucking beer. Not even a second beer. Well, maybe a couple of people started a second beer, but the damn sure they.
I know I was on my second beer.
Yo, Dean, could you talk to my brother?
That's my bad. If you was eating into me about what my bad for the week was Christian Fulton. The first play of the game, Derekcarr been in the offseason. The Saints been studying tape. They've been looking at film. They have been trying to watch and see where they can attack these Tennessee Titans. And the first thing they did, the first thing they wanted to establish was they want Fulton. Wherever they can find him, go to Fulton. When in doubt, find Fulton. I'm talking about, I don't even think his hamstring hurt, Rap. I don't even think his hamstring hurt. I think he just literally was like, man, they are running me left and right, up and down this field. I need a break, honey.
I'm getting off the field.
Break. I need to pause for a moment. I need to get off the field. And they had it in spread coverage. And I don't like the fact how Vrabel does, which makes it bad. I don't like that they just leave him in that one side. I just think to move corners when you can identify a weak point, and then when you try to change coverage up, because they weren't successful because of how dominant our defensive line was. But with the offense not moving the ball, every mistake is just magnified. And Christian Fulton, when in doubt, find Fulton. That's my bad. My bad.
You're muted, Ralph. Come off mute, Ralph.
Ralph, you're on mute, Ralph.
And where I tried to.
There we go.
When in doubt, Fulton will go out. Okay.
My, whoa.
Yo, Hudge, what's your bad?
My bad. What was my bad? I got a few things.
Y'all ain't gonna steal my bad. I ain't even worried about it. They ain't gonna steal my bad.
I'm gonna say.
Come on, bad. You gotta think.
No. I got a few things, but the pass defense was one of them, and Fulton he gave up.
Pass defense total.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying pass defense. I mean, we gave up 300-some yards last play of the game. I mean, third and short. Fulton gives up, the long play for completion. I mean, I'm just saying, I like what Query did. I think what's that, Murphy Bunny? He settled in. I remember him giving up maybe one play, but third down and red zone efficiency is my bad. No. Yeah. I mean, I think I'm not looking at stats. What were we 3 of 12? Hold on, let me.
2 for 12.
2 of 18. 2 of 18. No,
2 for 12 on third down.
2 for 12. I thought it was worse than that.
Yeah, that's just not gonna get it done. It's not gonna get it done.
No, not gonna get it done. Now, Joe, before you give me your bad, first you need to say Christian Fulton, my bad.
Hey. It is my bad about Christian Fulton. Hey, and Dean would say, I'm a jinx. That's what he would say. I jinxed him. That's what he would say. And it's been in the back of his mind. I'm surprised he didn't say it in his whole spiel about Christian Fulton. But I will say this: on that first pass that he got beat on by Michael Thomas, he actually was in great position. It was a really well placed ball. On that, it actually wasn't in bad position, but yeah, they went after Fulton early. They went after Fulton early and often, and so it is what it is. Fulton, and then he got dinged up. He came back in the game though, which is something in the past you wouldn't have seen from him. But based off of what he gave up, he really had no choice to come back in the game because we didn't have Trey Avery, so that made it. We had to have somebody else out there.
Just jinx Nick's folk, but that's not a hit nor there. We'll just keep it.
No. I'm saying all I'm saying about Nick Folk is that Nick Folk is a good. It's not that I have no worries that he's gonna hit every field goal. No, that's not what you're. That's not a realistic expectation. But my expectation of Nick Folk is that I feel much better about him than I felt about the past 14 kickers that they done rolled through Tennessee. We done had 14 different kickers since in the Vrabel era. So,
he was on the street for a reason.
Who? Nick Folk was not on the street.
For a reason.
Nick Folk was on the street. We traded
well, still, he was on the block for a reason.
Yeah.
Well, I think his reason it was the kickoff, the lack of touchbacks, but he was 40% this past week. I think out of the 5, he kicked 2 of them were touchdowns. Didn't one of those kickoffs that Nick Folk had, the way he kicked it off, they only got back to like the 15-yard line or something like that?
Hooker got the fumble return. I mean, the fumble.
Yeah, No, not the fumble. One of the returns, we got back there really fast before he can actually get back to the 25-yard line. And that's what he with the Patriots.
When they kick it like to the 1 and shit like that, that normally keeps them where shorter than the 25.
Anyway. So my bad. You want to go for my bad? Or you got something else to say?
No, my fault. Go ahead.
No, not you. No, I'm talking about Ralph. I think he's about to say something.
No, come with your bad. Finish with your bad. Now you bad.
My bad is coaching. My bad is it was some bad strategy going on. I understand. I like that we came out and we threw the ball. I like that. But you can't go so far to the extreme. You know, there's shades of gray. You know, increase it, get it close to 50-50. You know, last year we was about what 70% for like run. You know, they came out, they threw it on first down. They threw it, it didn't turn into nothing, but still. But Henry was going good in the first half. In the second half, they just like how does Tajay Spears get more snaps than Derrick Henry? That just makes no sense to me. Then Vrabel with some of the, like at the end, like with that when he kicked that field goal, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, no, you're down here, your defense been playing good. Put your faith in your defense and go. I don't care if it's 4th and 6. I don't care if you don't trust. That shows you how much trust he has or lack thereof that he had in the offense to make that decision, because that decision, like, you know, Vrabel known to make some questionable decisions, but sometimes it turns out good, sometimes it turns out bad. But I didn't like that call. I didn't like the decision, the holding penalty, to not take the holding penalty and push them out of field goal range. That's just like, you know, these are decisions. Those decisions hurt. I mean, there was a lot of other bad, you know, going on. The offensive line, I felt like the offensive line was bad. I felt like the offensive line, especially bad early on. I think they got a little bit better, but we still should have been able to run that ball some more. And we should have run that ball some more. And so the bad is coaching, strategy. I'm not sitting here, I'm saying I'm out on Tim Kelly or nothing like that. I'm nothing of the sort. I'm just saying that, you know, to start it off, there was some bad there. It's more Mike Vrabel than it is for me, Tim Kelly. I saw what Tim Kelly was trying to do, but you gotta have people who can actually execute the fucking offense like it's supposed to be ran. People seeing the right, not being locked in on one single receiver every time you drop back. We ain't got to the ugly, but y'all, it was ugly. It was ugly. It was fucking ugly. So go. Let me cool down for a second.
All right. So actually, my brother did steal my bad. Not as specific as I'm going to go now. So we talked last week, right? We talked about the preseason and we saw what Tajay Spears brought. I mean, what a nice, you know, my light at the end of the tunnel. It was like, damn, you know, I seen the boy in the first preseason game. Then it got to the second. By the time the third one rolled around, you're like, yo, we found a little gold mine right here. And then your boy, who's the third string back? What's that?
Julius Chestnut. Why is Julius Chestnut in the game?
Chestnut banging like a boulder. It's like, yeah, see, now this guy ain't got to be fast. He ain't got to be flashy. All he got to do, you got the king who's going to knock the shit out of you. And then you got the change of pace in Spears. And you give them both a break and bring Chestnut in to work you some more, soften up that defense some more. They already feel the blunt of Henry. Then they had to deal with the quickness and the swiftness of Spears. Now, Chestnut comes in, boom, 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 bruises them up some more, and now we got Henry coming back behind him. So we talked about strategy, right?
Mm-hmm.
About let's find a way to use, you know, Dean brought up a real good point. Keep Henry to 20, 21, 22 carries a game. You don't have to carry the ball 30 times no more. You don't need 32 carries. You don't need 29 carries. You don't need that no more. Make sure you come in the beginning. Another thing Dean said, which I like too, was the use of him. Okay? Give him his 10 carries in the first half. 10, 11 carries. Come in with Spears. Throw Chestnut in there. Try that in the beginning of the third quarter, round to the midway point. By that time, of course, the passing comes in with that, because when you start keying I got three-headed monster in the backfield. Well, you start bringing them up in the box just a little more, opening it up for D-Hop and for Traylon Burks. And then in the fourth quarter, feed the king, feed the king, feed the king, feed the king. That's it. You want to give him 15 carries in the fourth quarter, go right ahead. At the end of the third, between third quarter, fourth quarter, go right ahead. Here's how the game starts. First and foremost, you have a false start on Wesco. Hey, bro, I know it's the beginning of the season and shit, but y'all been practicing this shit for 6 weeks now, 8 weeks, okay? False start, first play. But I tell you what, yeah, D.
I do got, like you leaning on, Zoe leaned on coaching. It seemed like they didn't know it was going to be loud in New Orleans.
Oh, no, yeah, and that's where I was going. That's where I was going.
Yeah.
It seemed like they didn't know it was going to be loud.
Like,
Right.
where's the silence?
First of all, how didn't you know? How didn't you know it was going to be loud in New
One of the
Orleans?
loudest venues, if not the loudest.
Right, one of the loudest venues in the NFL.
They looked surprised by the noise.
What it was a surprise was that the noise was so loud, so early. These people were going off, man. Pre-game, they was making noise. So Wesco, false starts. Cool. So I tell myself right there, flag happens. All right, no problem. Get the ball to the king. Let him get you 4-5. If he gets you 5 or better, all right, you down, what, 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8, whatever. Give him the ball again. If he don't get you the first down, you want 3rd and short. Boom. No! Tannehill drops back. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 15. Tannehill didn't go anywhere. He got 2 yards himself. 3rd and 13. False up. DeAndre Hopkins. Yo, D, like you've been here before and done that shit, okay? And by the way, at this point right here, after you heard how loud this stadium was on the Wesco false start, now there's no more excuses because they didn't shut up. They didn't let up. It were 3 plays that been played already, and you could see Tannehill fighting the crowd noise.
We did nothing to shut them up.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Hooker got that fumble. They were shocked and everything. And after that, our offense did nothing to shut them up.
And
but the question is like what Antoine said earlier. There's no silent count. Like you came in it's the Superdome. It's fucking notorious for trap sound. It's notorious for being loud and not being able to hear your snap cadence, hear the play call, why was there no silent count set up from the beginning of the game? That shows some ill preparedness. That kind of disappointed me. Then back to my coaching thing, bad. Tim Kelly, that's one thing I left out. So it's like that's something the offensive coordinators will be grateful to.
Speaking of left out, I left out something big, and I didn't do it purposely. I forgot. Mind you that the Titans got the football after a Saints fumble, and the Titans take over on the New Orleans 24. It's 7-0, y'all. It's 7-0. It's just a matter of a couple of plays. 3rd and 13 at the New Orleans 27. The penalty, 3rd and 18 at the 32. Incomplete pass. And Folk has to kick a 50-yard field goal. I'll continue on my bad with this. Derrick Henry finishes with 15 carries. If I didn't watch the game and I didn't see the score, the first thing I saw was Derrick Henry had 15 carries for 63 yards. I'm thinking because we were forced to pass. That's what I'm thinking first and foremost. We were forced to pass because we were playing from behind. It wasn't a close game. Not that maybe it was a blowout, but obviously we're playing a little from behind and we're being forced to pass. Well, I watched the game like everybody else, and we were never behind like that. As a matter of fact, we were ahead. And the utilization, there was no strategy, like Zoe was talking about. What was the strategy? Tyjae Spears gets 3 carries. Chestnut got none. Okay, Chestnut's the third string back. Okay, fine. Your third string back's not really going to play a lot. But Henry gets 15, Spears gets 3. Zoe mentioned Spears gets more snaps. Huh? What the hell was going on there? And at some point, you can't just keep going 3 field goal, 3 and field goal, 3 and field goal, 3 and field goal. Like Zoe said, 4th and 6, somewhere along the line, go for it. Change up a fucking play. Do something. Something. Dean, you just said it. They didn't do nothing to shut him up.
But I disagree with you right now, Ralph. Right now, I disagree with you.
Come on.
I'm just saying the 15 carries, 63 yards, that's 4.2 yards per carry. We are actually okay with that. Tyjae Spears, I wish he would have got more than 3, but we also threw the ball to Derrick Henry. We threw it 3 times. He caught 2 of them, and he had the long screen, 46 yards. So we did get him, I think, enough production. He had almost 100 yards, first game of the season. Yes, I don't want to pound him. Hopkins got 13 targets. Westbrook-Akine got 7 targets. I'm disappointed that Burks only got 3, but we even got him in the run game on the reverse. This is what I need us to understand here right now. And I may be, just where you did it, I may be leading into my ugly. But we have to understand, when I looked at some of the shit again, I went on a couple podcasts. I got some of the all 22 footage. Motherfuckers was running wide open.
Yes, they were.
Rose Kim Kelly. I was wanting to say some shit to Zoe about all of that. I'm like, I'm mad at formations. I'm looking at motherfuckers is wide open, man. And when I'm looking at that, and Tannehill does not have the capability to be there. That's what I said. My ugly, and I'm basing my ugly like, you can't help who your parents are. I mean, if you just don't look good, you just don't look good. And this is shit you can't help. Tannehill can't make the throws. He doesn't have active feet in the pocket. His pocket presence has worn completely out. How many quarterbacks did you see bump into their offensive linemen this week? We saw Tannehill do it at least 3 to 4 times in a game, and you probably didn't see it for the rest of the day. He's lost his pocket presence. He's lost his capability to be a starting quarterback. This is just like when he took over for Mariota. We knew it. We seen it. We saw it. It's done. I don't care if they got Malik. We might not go forever with Malik. We might not go forever with Levis. Get Tannehill out of there. He's incapable. That's the ugly.
Damn. Hey, it's another 1 week motherfucker, man. It's like, God damn, man, that ready to kick a motherfucker to the curb, boy. 1 week. Hold on.
2 year cut. It's a 2-year cut.
Right, hey, bro. I'm ready to go with my ugly. But Antoine, have you gone with your ugly yet?
Not yet.
No, go ahead. Go with your ugly, bro. Go with your ugly, bro.
How about this? How about we take a quick word from our sponsor at NGSC Sports real quick, and by the time that good word is over, we can have a go in on Tannehill session, because that's what the fuck is about to happen the rest of the goddamn show. And we just want to prime the crowd up for a second. I know, yes, he's everybody's. It's going to be the Pile on Tannehill show for at least the next 10, 15 minutes of this show. I'm just saying it right now. So go ahead and do that.
All right. Of course, remember the website. Of course, it is NGSCsports.com, where you catch all of your current content. If you log on to the website right now, you'll find Charles Hartley, of course, sitting in the press box for Wake Forest football. He gives us a young running back duo, powers Wake Forest over Vanderbilt. Wake Forest with a big win over Vanderbilt yesterday to remain undefeated. Larry Frank gives us Vols struggle, an ugly win over Austin Peay. Damn, was that ugly. So ugly that the Vols lost 2 places in the rankings this week, falling from number 9 to number 11. John Doucette, of course, in the press box at Boston College. Boston College holds on to defeat Holy Cross 31-28. Holy Cross almost pulled it off if it wasn't for a late play. Charles Hartley, Sammy Sportface gives us ESPN shifts all college game days to Coach Prime, unveils ESPN Prime channel. Not true, but that's what Sportface does. He writes shit. And Chris Lacey, of course, brings us the MLB Weekly Digest, the September 11th edition. Los Angeles Dodgers place pitcher Julio Urias on administrative leave. Of course, it is the second time that Urias has been charged with domestic assault. In the batter's box, he was our idiot of the week. And hopefully somebody will kick his ass out of baseball. Of course, all that and more on NGSCsports.com, where we never stop. Back at it, bro. Ugly. Whoa, before he says ugly, hey.
Let Antoine go first.
All right, but before I do that, check us out on Facebook at NGSC Sports, of course. Follow us on Twitter. Where? At NGSC Sports. And check us out on YouTube. Guess where? At NGSC Sports. Make sure you like the page. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Check out all the content there. It's not just the shows. Zoe likes to do his thing. Dean's gonna have some clips. Antoine's just gonna show his mug. But we got plenty for y'all, you see.
Why is he checking out his gray hair in his reflection? He's like, yeah.
I remember when he was a little kid. Now look, he's an old little kid. Hey, Huds, give us that ugly.
Yeah, that ugly's got to be Tannehill. I mean, 3 picks is obvious, right? But it's more than that. It's how he looked. I thought while watching the game, he looked terrible. And I was saying to myself, you're like, hey, I haven't seen him this bad. But you're thinking, okay, as a fan, I'm exaggerating, right? But then when you check stats afterwards, oh yeah, he was that bad, right? Missing wide open, he just wasn't seeing open receivers. And I get in the first half, first quarter and a half maybe. The line wasn't pass protecting well, but they shored it up in the second half. And I was counting 3, 4, 5. He had time. He had time to find an open receiver. He just wasn't doing it, whether lax or like Dean said, bumping into his lineman. His burst with his feet when he went to take, he's missing something. It's not there anymore. Like his wheels, because Tannehill can go. Not who we saw yesterday. This person is a stranger to me. I don't know him. I'm uncomfortable. The flat out miss with the flea flicker to who was it? Was it Chig on the flea flicker on the right hand side, the overthrow, and then even worse than that on the wheel route to Spears. I think it was maybe one of the last drives of the game when he just flat out missed him on the side. There was nobody over there.
And I think, Juan, not to interrupt you, but I think those were overthrows because he was overcorrecting underthrows
on the picks.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, it's Tannehill. I mean, he had a bad game. Hopefully, he can correct it moving forward, because honestly, I think someone on Twitter, I'm sorry, I don't remember the name. It was my son. He had showed me yesterday. But somebody said that what they saw out of Tannehill was he looked like a less athletic 2021 Malik Willis. We're talking about last year Malik. A less athletic. And we don't need that. We don't need that. But hopefully, yeah.
No. To the point of Dean, when they added in compensating for the overthrows, like, you're supposed to have a short memory. And so to your point, Antoine, they ain't the Tannehill we really recognize as, like, not that he's been just freaking lights out, but something's off there. Like something's amiss there, because you're supposed to have a short memory as a quarterback. And Tannehill's known for being able to pick the fuck up and come back out there. This looked like the Cincinnati Bengals game. And so obviously my ugly is Tannehill. So let's go ahead and establish that right now. And the question I wanted to pose was, before I even go in really on Tannehill, I mean, is Tannehill, is it Geezerville time? Is it retirement home time for Tannehill? I mean, are we overreacting? Is it just one game, or did Cincinnati Bengals break Tannehill? Because he really ain't been the same ever since.
Well,
what do you mean? Well, he wasn't the same. He was the same before then. He's been fucking trash, and he's been incapable of actually, just because a motherfucker will have a good game because you're looking at a 8 in a box and then somebody's running butt naked and you're able to get the pass to him, that does not equate as a good quarterback. We have witnessed that he does not go through check downs. You never see him really go through projections. He stares at motherfuckers. And when he throws it, if it's not open, it's just across your fingers and hope we don't get burned by this bastard. No, there's nothing that he does that is elite anymore. He does not read the system. He did his pre-play, post-play, nothing that he has.
His arm look weakish.
Nothing he has is a true asset to the quarterback position. And if we're going to have that, I understand we fucked up and paid him. But take your losses, put in the young boys, and just see if anybody can tread water. We can't. I believe you, but I want Willis. I don't like. I like Levis better than Willis. Give me Willis. Give me anything. I fucking put one of my uncles in this motherfucker.
I mean, it's got to be better than what we saw, because what we saw was not a starting level quarterback, in my opinion. Not what we witnessed yesterday.
Yeah, it's Ralph. I sent you. There's in the chat. There's a link, and I got some time marks at the end of it: the 5:05 mark, the 9:25 mark. If you could get those queued up for me in a moment.
Right.
Meanwhile, so there's a stat here, courtesy of NextGen. Tannehill on throws of 15 plus air yards, he was 1 of 8 and 3 interceptions. And you look at these passes, you talk about the pressure in the first half, the pressure in the first quarter, really. Dillard got off to a rocky start. But he kind of settled in a little bit. The offensive line as a whole got off to a really rocky start in their first quarter, but they settled in. You could see there was time, and Tannehill was he wasn't feeling the pressure. He wasn't moving up in the pocket. Some of them throws got bothered when he had space to step up. He had enough time. He was not like they roast Malik Willis, and I roast Levis on his pocket presence. Well, so like in his past preseason training camp, whatever, you saw Malik done improved his pocket presence, but you saw that Levis was still struggling with some of the same stuff he was struggling with at Kentucky. We're talking about Tannehill, fucking 12-year veteran. Like, you can't be out here struggling with pocket presence and letting the ghost get. You can't be out here seeing ghosts and be in your head. It's like you're not really exuding confidence, and you can see it. They showed a picture. I saw a clip of on the sideline with Tannehill sitting next to D-Hop, and the caption was that moment that D-Hop realized he fucked up by coming to the Titans. He just got this look on his face, and Tannehill was looking at him like this right here, like he's talking. And D-Hop's like it's like you're not exuding, you're not making the defense confident in you. Like second half, defense started to give up more plays. They started to give up the different things. They started to break down defensively, and it wasn't just because of injuries. It's a feeling of like, fuck, we can't do nothing. Like they tell you trash out here. I'm hopeless.
That's what I brought up last week. It's not that we have a top 5 defense, but they can't consistently go 3 and out. Can't give 3 interceptions with short fields. You can't not move the ball. If you can just be competent on the offensive end, then we have the capability. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say in the stat, I believe 8 teams, right, held opponents to 16 or less points. Titans took the only L out of those 8 teams.
Good Lord, man. Good Lord, man. Like I said, it's gonna be redundant until we just realize, and you know, and like I said, I don't know. I get the money. I get the money, but we can develop, and I would rather, because the team is that good. We're gonna carry Tannehill. We lost that game. We could have won that game. 1 or 2 things. That bastard throw 1 or 2 passes. 1 or 2 passes.
Like, you gotta hit those stats.
Anyone,
None of us would be, but none of us would be fooled like Tannehill won a game. But we just needed 1 or 2 passes, and we win that game. He can't even give us that, and then now he gonna give it to us for 6 straight weeks, and we're gonna win games. And but I was almost relieved we lost. It's gonna take losses like that to get them out of there.
Never, ever fucking relieved when there's a Tennessee Titan loss. But
I would.
But like to your point, like those passes, that Cheek and that Spears, you gotta hit these fucking passes. Those passes, you got to hit them. Like, what are you doing out here? Like, there's in the first clip I want to get to here. In the first clip I want to get to here, takes place second quarter, 6 minutes 49 seconds, it's 3rd and 5. And before that, we talk about his pocket presence, talk about what he's fucking up on. Like in the first quarter, early in the first quarter, he threw a check down. This ain't this play. Hold on 1 second. In the first quarter, he threw a check down on like 3rd down. It's like 3rd down and 8. You throwing a check down to, like, you had time. Well, how come you didn't throw it down the field? And then, you know, he got bailed out by a holding call. And then next play, Derrick Henry exploded for a nice little run. That was the stiff arm play. But this play right here that we're about to watch is Tannehill, 3rd down and 5, 6:49. And this is a really, 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 really bad pass. And now play it. And I want you to look at this. I want you to pay attention to where D-Hop is compared to the defenders and where Tannehill throws it. So let's go.
Hold on, D-Hop at the top of the screen. Okay.
Bottom. Okay, so is that an underthrow? Let's replay that back. Now, is that an underthrow? And on the broadcast, they talking about he was trying to throw back shoulder. Why would you be trying to throw back shoulder? You throw back shoulder when the defender is on top of you. You don't throw back shoulder when the receiver is on top of the defender. You throw it over top. Roll it again. Look what is he doing? Did his arm turn to a noodle? Okay, look at the time. He didn't step up into it. Like, all that room to step up into the pocket, he could have easily made that fucking pass. Roll it back again. Look at the pocket.
Yeah, and and not only that, if you look at it, if he puts a little bit more, instead of throwing the flailer like he did, he throws it over the top, just a little bit more. Hopkins is gone.
I thought he could
have all that space he could have stepped up into. All that space he could have stepped up into.
Yep.
All right. Now let's go to the 9:25 mark. And this is 3rd quarter.
Well, can I just say that was
go ahead. Go back.
I mean, it just looked like a horrible read on that last one to me. That just looked like a horrific.
Right, and let's not to mention he threw it in double coverage. Okay.
That's a horrible read. Period. I mean, that's like, that's my brother on the Madden. Horrible. Yeah,
like you throw it in coverage. It's like, come on, man, what the hell's up with this?
Yeah, I mean, run before you do some stupid shit like that. Like, what is that?
I thought he was actually he hit him earlier in the route towards the middle of the field. The back was behind him. He could have made the catch and then, maybe made a play.
Whatever this is that you look at, just look, they're back in the same formation. They have no respect for him pushing the ball downfield. Look at how many people are on the line of scrimmage. Go ahead.
Break this play down.
Right, so this is the one where he forced it to D-Hop in. It's a really bad underthrow, just really bad pass, just really look trash. It's just egregious. Like 12-year veteran, you can't be doing this. I don't care. I don't care under any circumstance. You need to play in the preseason if that's the case. You need to tell Braves, put me in, coach. Come on.
Roll.
It actually wasn't a bad place to go with the ball. If you could put something,
now it looks like
if you could have teardropped it in there. Now, and I ain't trying to say Malik is the answer or anything like that. It's just that would be just folly and stupid to say right now. But that's one of the type of passes that Malik makes well on that sideline. He makes him. He don't do good with throwing over the middle, but he know how to put that touch on there like that. Like Tannehill can do that, but like it's like his arm turned into a noodle out there.
Let me tell you the problem with that play right there. That play was actually that play right there was actually a miscommunication. If you peep what Tannehill was, and the miscommunication, Tannehill is wrong. If you peep the position of the receiver, that's an option route. So what Tannehill is supposed to do is if the receiver gets on Hopkins' back hip, then Hopkins is supposed to push forward to go, and get an out and make it an out route. What the receiver goes on, but if the receiver goes on top of him, that's where you throw the back shoulder.
Look at
Tannehill is anticipating the back shoulder when actually he read that wrong. He should have pushed the ball forward because look at the safety still not there. Dude done caught the ball. If you look right here in the still image, the safety still not over there. Tannehill did it's either back shoulder or free run. And
misread the screen.
Yeah, he
butt naked.
Butt naked. Top of screen. Look at the pressure. Look at the pressure. Look at his space to step up.
Yeah, the ball is complete. He throws it. Dude is completely behind Hopkins. Hopkins is gone.
Okay, he didn't have that much space step up.
Yeah, and that pressure made him release it. I think that pressure made him release. If you look at the pressure, it made him release it a little quicker than he wanted to. You see, watch the pressure here coming at him. You got one coming straight up at the middle. So look, they had a stunt on him. And
they hit him with that stunt. Yeah,
they hit him with that stunt, and he saw your boy coming at him.
So I guess my question is: was this design? Was this one where he was forcing to Hopkins? Because like I said, he's open at the very top of the screen.
Open at the top, right. Wide open, because everybody knows he's going to Hopkins.
Niggas is wide open the whole game. That's why I don't know if you saw this though. If you look at the media coverage when Vrabel came out of the game on Sunday, Vrabel was like,
turn the caption off, Ralph, so you can see at the top where Hopkins is just so Hopkins up. Burks is butt naked. The CC right there.
See that?
Oh,
yeah, because
just tap it. There we go.
Now this is gonna be real fast too. Like as soon as he crosses 20, he finna.
Look at that.
And
he didn't even look the other way.
He wasn't even looking.
All right, but again, watch the pressure, watch the stunt come.
Yeah.
He never got a chance. All right. He never got a chance. His primary receiver, is D-Hop.
No, Ralph. If he can get it off the D-Hop to throw that pick, he can get it up the field to Burks and get it. And that's
Here's what I'm saying. Hold on. Here it comes. Right.
I saw that in all 22, and I forgot all about that. Didn't even think about
that. Here's what I'm saying. Is it not obvious D-Hop's the primary receiver and the checkoff's going to be Traylon Burks?
D-Hop is coming from the beginning.
What is a checkoff? Butt ass naked.
His second is going to be Traylon.
Rewind before he snaps the ball. Look at the formation.
I never seen him even look that direction.
He never looked any direction.
All right, and I'm not covering for him. I'm saying, did he have the opportunity?
We get what you're saying.
What was his? So I'm asking y'all. I'm not telling y'all. I'm asking y'all. What was his primary read? Read 1 on the play. What was read 2? So if you look at the play, watch the play. Right. Read 1 is. He never had a chance.
For a second. He started looking. Look like he's looking at right.
You're trying to find out if he ever looked left.
Read 1. Who
Stop.
He's looking left. He did.
Back it up. I want y'all to back it up and stop. and I want to show y'all something. All right, stop right here. All right, Burks is at the top. They got trips at the top. You got D-Hop at the bottom. It's an isolation for D-Hop. If there's any type of pressure, any type of anything on him, you supposed to go work the other side of the field. So back it up. So now start and hit and pause as soon as the snap comes.
Right. So wait a minute.
And you'll see him.
Tell me what you're telling me. So you're saying this is a play for D-Hop. Right.
If you're looking at the safety right here.
All right. So I'm gonna play pause.
And then watch drop out. They tricked him. See right here. He's looking on the other side. He's actually looking towards Burks. He's looking towards Burks. Burks is about to be, but there's the defender is good guard. Burks is pointing like, ain't you supposed to be over there? It's a busted play. He's looking at the fucking busted play. And what he do? Turn over this way. Look what he do. Turn over this way to the one side. And then you throw a bit of a duck because you couldn't step all the way. Like the pressure's right there, but you already cocked back.
And look, and now if you stop him,
he could have made that. He could have made that throw.
Stay right there. Hold on, Ralph. Stay right there for a second.
His arm strength is going away.
They're so disrespectful. Nobody's even looking for the man running deep. They're all about to jump on this tight end who's right here at the first down marker. Nobody respects him even looking deep.
Exactly. That's the problem. That is the problem. He won't even They schemed up two perfect plays for him to go deep, and he missed the passes. If it ain't schemed up for him to go deep, Tannehill's not going deep. He's not pushing the ball down the field.
All right. So my thing here,
he ain't got AJ for the yak yards.
Right, hold on. My question to y'all is: so what went wrong here? I mean, he looked this way, but he only glanced to Traylon.
What went wrong here is he didn't put the ball in the right spot. That is an option route. He misread the option route because dude is on Denard Hopkins back here. He throwing a back shoulder pass, but he should not have done that because the guy is already on Denard's back here. He should have threw it out. The safety 31.
Oh yeah, he should have threw it out.
He should have threw it up.
Yeah.
Look at the 30. Look at this is what Denard Hopkins is seeing. If you see the safety 31, he's right there at the 30-yard line. His hips are turned. He's away from it. Denard Hopkins is in a full-fledged sprint trying to get up the field. And look at his demeanor after the throw. He's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was an option. It was an option route, and Tannehill threw the wrong option because he misread the play.
He abandoned the left side immediately. The left side had three different plays.
And that's what I'm saying. He looked away so fast. He just looked.
He wasn't even.
He never had any intention of throwing that direction. That's why he looked away so fast.
I ain't even gonna hold him on that one because that's like I didn't think y'all were gonna fuck that up that bad. So I looked away from it. I'll give him that. But
he thinks 31 on the outside here.
But that's where I was going. That's where I was going.
Come for a blitz. He thinks he's going to come for a blitz, but he drops back. You should have known they weren't going to bring everybody.
Right, but that's where I was going on this play. You see that his primary option for him was to go to D-Hop because I didn't catch him looking left at first. But you see him with that quick glance, and like Dean just said, it's like he never had an intention to go to that side of it.
No, they're showing single coverage. The safety is not going to drift. The safety is going to drift to the middle of the field. He's going to D-Hop. Where he fucked up is the option route and how he threw it.
Yep. The
safety did not go over the top of D-Hop. He said he identified single man coverage on D-Hop, and he's betting on D-Hop every day of the week.
Because D-Hop is not a burner. He's not finna beat you deep unless he puts a move on you. You better put that ball on him.
And if he threw a dart, he could have hit an WI over the middle. Like, because he was past the sticks and right in front of the defenders. He could have hit him too.
You got one more, you got another spot, Joe?
No, that was it. Those are the two plays I wanted to talk about. Like a veteran quarterback is supposed to know if your receiver is on top of the defender, if the option is up. If the defender is on top of your receiver, the option is a back shoulder throw or some type of hitch comeback type thing. That's how it fucking works. If the option is a post or an in cut, you gotta read what the safety's gonna like. He knows this stuff. He's supposed to know this stuff. Like you're getting like you should not be getting fooled the way he was getting fooled. I understand Dennis Allen. Yes, Dennis Allen. He's a really good defensive mind. He can pull some tricks on you, and he's befuddled many a quarterback. And all Tannehill just proven is that he's just another easily befuddled quarterback. They had, like Dean said, they had no faith that he was ever going to throw that ball deep. So they wouldn't even look at they let Traylon Burks just go on because they know Tannehill ain't throwing it over there. If he do, he gonna overthrow it any fucking way. Or my bad, underthrow it.
Yeah.
One of the two, but something is wrong with Tannehill's arm. Don't y'all see it, Dean?
Yeah, like I said, I think he got the ankle injuries, his burst is gone. I think all that's kind of connected, right? Your feet through your.
I got a question. I got a question about a play. Okay, so it's not like both teams anybody played pretty. It's just that the Saints made more plays, obviously, than the Titans did. And that's how you win by 1 point. Now, in a game that's decided by 1 point, sometimes in those games, one play can make all the difference. And for me, which was my ugly, was the officiating on the Derekcarr interception. I mean, incomplete. That was not an incomplete pass. That was a fucking fumble. That was a Bayard touchdown. And Bayard runs it back for a touchdown. That's 7. When they take that away and don't overturn it, and the Saints come and get 3, that's a 10-point swing, y'all. That's a 10-point swing.
Yeah.
And to your point, it's such proof. We kept saying this yesterday. There is, and I hope everybody and anybody is fucking listening so they can hear me say this. There is a fucking national bias against all things Tennessee, and it shows up in the officiating. In every fucking sport, for every team, it don't matter if it's the Titans, it don't matter if it's the Vols, if it don't matter if it's the Predators, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. Even Nashville SC getting fucked over for Messi. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is. Oh, it's Messi. Oh, he came over. He's gonna bring all this money. Yeah, that was offside. That wasn't no fucking offside. It didn't have any impact on the fucking play. Anyway, the issue. The issue is there's a clear bias there, because if you look at that play and then think about last season against the Jacksonville Jaguars, we got Josh Dobbs out here. Shout out to Josh Dobbs getting his first victory as a starter for Arizona. Hey, that's UT Vols. Fuck with you. You see that? Oh, you see that T right there? I still happy for him. Whatever. Anyway, last year Josh Dobbs, with that play. Not last year. Last year was Josh Dobbs that play in the final game against Jacksonville. They called it a fumble because it was a fumble. It looked the exact same. He lost it about the same amount of time. Oh, now it's incomplete because it was in favor of Jacksonville last time. That's what it had to be. Okay, now it was going against. It's like, oh, you can clearly see right away that it's a Tennessee bias. But the refs they did bad. They had a lot of bad calls. There was an Eric Molden play, Elijah Molden play that really should have been pass interference.
They teach the referee if it's possibly could be a fumble, don't go
turnover. Yeah, like a turnover. Yeah, just swallow that whistle. Let the play.
Yeah,
we'll try to
keep it close to the script.
Use our review. We'll get it right on replay. They just don't do it. It's just Titan game. It's a Titans game. They don't do it now. They don't do it now. Don't need to do it.
That was a fumble.
Yeah, but his hand, the ball was out of his hands. So basically, the ball can be free, loose. You can just pity pat it forward, and they're gonna say that's a forward. A pass. No. That ball was out of his hands before he started the forward motion. It was already loose. Get out of here with that.
That was a fumble. No, I watched it like 6 times.
Literally, if that was Tannehill in this game, if it literally the play happened the exact opposite way. Fumble, touchdown Saints.
It would have been a touchdown Saints.
I only like you saying that.
That wouldn't even have swallowed the whistle. They would have swallowed the whistle. You're not even supposed to blow the fucking whistle.
If it's anybody, it's a fumble.
Yes. Yes.
Anybody.
No, I'm saying that anybody, it's a fumble. But if it was us,
I'm saying, we ain't gonna get shit. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying we ain't gonna Aaron Rodgers get that done to him tonight.
He got carted off, or by the way.
Who?
Yeah.
Rodgers in the first quarter. Ankle injury.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Sure did.
Yeah.
So
Hey. I know what's up. He gonna hang out with Christian Fulton.
What's coach, Wade?
Oh,
10-3. 2 minutes and 36 seconds in the second quarter. Yeah.
All right, well, I need into this because we've been on a tiny bit of a rant. I just do want to point out that I think we have a perennial 10-year player, 10-year starter. I think we might have found us a consistent Pro Bowler, and you know where he plays at? Our offensive line.
who's that?
And we mentioned him last week, but he played center. Peter Skoronski.
Oh, no, not center, guard.
Guard.
Guard. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Guard. Yeah, I knew that. He had the highest grade on Pro Football Focus for any Tennessee Titan that played in the game.
It was north of 80.
I wonder what did Hubbard do? Because I saw him have a couple of good blocks out there.
I think he had an over 90 in the run game.
Oh, well,
Hubbard?
Okay. No. We're talking about
Because Hubbard, think about Hubbard, he can run block good, but he doesn't pass block well. And
What's
the opposite for Dillon.
What's Hubbard's first name?
Pass blocks better than he run blocks.
The only time that he got any type of penetration, they broke it down and blamed Dillard for fucking up again over there on the left side because Dillard actually did. But yeah, he had the highest grade. I think we got us one. And that was like an argument, like, we got him with that pick by losing to Jacksonville. You know what I mean? Knowing that we weren't going to do anything in the playoffs, people was like, yeah, you don't need to lose to Jacksonville, but we lost to Jacksonville, and he was that pick. Peter Skoronski, however you say it. But yeah, I think, just to highlight something else, I didn't have him on my good, but yeah, he's going to be, I think he's a player.
I got the grades here. So I think overall he was 81.3.
81.3 grade.
Daniel Brunskill 75.7. Chris Hubbard 69.4. So like I said, those guys, they settled in. They settled in. They got better as the game. But we hit on Skoronski though. And that's good because we haven't been hitting on these first round picks. We needed this. We needed this.
Rain? Yeah. Mr. Garcia's favorite team's former running back. Maurice. Maurice Carthon's son out there. You proud of that, right? You got to be proud of that a little bit. Being an old school New York Giant fan.
I love the fact that he got his shot and he got the chance. We got shocked. Pretty much a shock when John Robinson was let go, but it was breath of fresh air to see a brother, number one, get the job. Number two, the son of one of my favorite players on my favorite team growing up, the Giants. But again, it's week one, y'all. It's week one. Before we start previewing.
I'm like a Giants fan saying that, buddy.
We got a Giant fan got the ass.
In the chat, I posted the top 5 on defense.
Yes.
PFF grades.
Got the damn asses handed to them last night by the Dallas Cowboys. We all know that Dallas Cowboys ain't that damn good.
And in fantasy, I'm mad. I'm going to lose. I had their defense with a 40 burger on my bench in fantasy.
And my wife's family came from Wichita Falls, Texas. Her cousin, a big Dallas Cowboy fan, came. And I was getting ready to say something. I said, "No, I ain't gonna say nothing because the Giants were driving." And I said, "Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna tell them something." Say, "Hey, G-Man. He said, whatever. 2 plays later, man. Or interception, run back, pick 6. Like, man, let me shut the fuck up. Next thing you know,
Like,
she is a blowout.
and just I'm gonna show some emotional maturity for you, Ralph. You know, I'm gonna show some
Really?
as a fan, I'm gonna show some emotional maturity for you real quick, and just let you know, like they say, things are never as bad or never as good as they may look. It's usually somewhere in the middle, somewhere shades of gray. And that game 40-0 Giants Cowboys is synonymous with that. You know what I'm saying? It's right there. It's like fits right there in that category. And to that degree, it's first game of the season for the Titans. It didn't look good. We lost. Those were never good results. Tannehill looked really bad. I kind of like what Tim Kelly was trying to do. If Tannehill can execute it, then we'd be better off. Obviously, it's not. The sky is not falling. And like you think I think the sky is not falling. But you know what I'm saying.
Listening to y'all,
That make me feel
listening
good.
to y'all motherfuckers, I need to buy a hood above my head because it sounds like the damn sky falling. Y'all ready to throw Tannehill to the fucking dogs? All the
I'm saying if it continues. Yeah, we get it.
Nah, Dean calling for a motherfucker to be put on the bench.
Oh yeah, Dean absolutely called for it. He said, "Give me anybody."
What?
I've been out. I've been out.
Man,
You can find
you let Dean to take Al Bundy right now. Polk High School out there, motherfucker.
Hey, he might be able to throw 4 touchdowns in a single game.
Damn.
Oh shit!
But he might throw the Polk.
Before we get the final thoughts, of course. Next week, Joe, Twan, y'all gonna be in your seats?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's a home game. Chargers, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Chargers. Yep.
If you got something to do, Twan, let me know. I hang out with my brother. But anyway.
Oh, Ralph, you can't tell my old lady I'll be on time for you. You're gonna get me in trouble, man. How long? Yeah, don't.
Long as you getting in trouble and not me, I'm good with that. So
Popeye's new sweet and spicy wings don't make sense.
Why they keep
Marinate
on
then
playing?
tossed
Can
in a
y'all
blend
hear
of
that?
chili,
Spicy
garlic,
wings
and
don't make sense.
they are spicy.
okay.
They are spicy. I mean, are they spicy? I mean, what's going on here?
I know,
Huh?
right? All right, so listen, I'm on the page for some stats. They keep playing these damn videos. Okay, so next week the Los Angeles Chargers come into town, and of course the Chargers just went down to the Miami Dolphins 36-34. Tua with a big day, 28 of 45, 466 yards, 215 of those to Tyreek Hill. But the story for us, of course, is the Chargers. The Chargers, of course, got 234 yards on the ground. Austin Eckler, 16 carries, 117 yards. Had one run for 55 yards. Joshua Kelly, 16 carries.
Hey, how's it going? Good.
For 91 yards.
Just even named
Shut
that.
the hell up with these damn videos. How the hell do I stop all these damn things? How about I just pause? Can I just pause this shit? Yeah, good.
You
Or
can
close the screens out.
So, and of course, what?
Close the screens out. There's an X, that's up at the top somewhere.
Yeah, but I'm trying to look at stats here. Damn it.
Mute the tab. So mute right click and just mute the tab, the web page. And that way those commercials and stuff that pop up, they can pop up, but they won't.
You know what I'm saying? Teach me something. Damn it.
So just to let everybody know, as we're speaking about this, we sound like we kind of know what we're doing on the tech side. I'm really a software engineer. I call myself on Twitter the dichotomous IT guy because most of us don't really get into sports like that. But these two motherfuckers, Mr. Antoine Hudson and Mr. Zoe Bradford, hey, we love this shit. We love this shit. All right, sorry.
I taught myself. I didn't go to school. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you did. You went
hey.
to some school. You went to school. You went to school of Zoe Bradford too, nigga. You better stop it.
No, I took computer science, but of course that was 35 years ago. I lied. That was 40 years ago. But anyway, it's against the Chargers now. So you got a running game. The Chargers got a running game. Of course, Justin Herbert is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. You put him up against Ryan Tannehill, and I'm not going to ask Dean how he feel about that because I think we already know how you feel about that. But I'm going to go to you first, though. Your thoughts on the Chargers coming into town?
I don't feel good. Chargers could put up points. I think we can give Herbert some problems. I think we can put some pressure on him. But you just saw them this past week. It's not like they can't score the ball. You know what I'm saying? But our defense is really good. But our offense, we just don't really don't have any answers at the moment. We just got through seeing Tannehill come out here and have his worst game. Is the other hurt Bosa? Is the other Mr. Glass Bosa playing? Is he, if he's playing, then could be a long day for Tannehill.
Yeah.
So
could be a long day. You ain't lying.
That's how I feel about it. I'm not even willing to make a projection, but because the projection or whatever I would make after what I just got through fucking witnessing on Sunday, that had my stomach hurting a little bit. Maybe wanna go wash my mouth out and spit because it just left a really bad taste in my mouth. I was just fucking sick of it. Well, it's first week, whatever. Home. When's the last time the Titans won a home opener? So it's an opportunity. That's the best I can say about it. It's a fucking opportunity to make us feel better about that bullshit y'all put out there last week. It's an opportunity for Tannehill to show us something that you're not completely washed and done, because right now you can say the Bengals broke him, you can say he washed, you can say it's in his head. I don't give a fuck. You need to do something out here to be running the fucking offense. Otherwise, might as well put in Music City Malik and let's roll with it. Hell, I'm done.
Antoine, your thoughts on the Chargers coming into town?
Yeah, so we're gonna have to. I think they had over 200 yards rushing. We can't let Eckler, who's a special talent, or Joshua Kelly, former Vol, is that right? Or no? But anyway, we can't let them, because I think Kelly had 91 yards. So we can't let them get off. So if our run defense stays stout, hopefully the pass rush can be opportunistic and we get more than 4 sacks this game. But I think depending on what version of Tannehill shows up, we have a chance. We'll have a chance to win. And hopefully we do. But I wouldn't put any money on it.
Dean.
All right. Well, my final thoughts.
No. Not final thoughts. Your thoughts, that's next. Your thoughts on Titans Chargers next week.
This is going to act like every other week. I'm not going to pick against the Titans. I think we definitely got a chance. I think definitely coming home. I don't think the Chargers have a fan base that'll come in and try to take over Nissan Stadium like so many others do. So I think that, we'll get a pretty good turnout. As I said, I think I lost enough not to deflate everybody. And, I hope Tannehill understands that he's under a microscope, which should, get him to be able to play better. And, hey, they ain't got a silent count, so we ain't got to worry about one. Be all right. Let's see what can happen.
I'm looking at it this way. First of all, it was Miami's defense that gave up that 234 yards rushing to the Chargers. Okay, let me repeat. It was Miami's defense. The Tennessee Titans have a much better defense
Yes.
than the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
Much better defense. Okay, so though you bringing in an offense that ran for 234 yards, you're not coming to Nashville and getting 200 yards rushing on this Tennessee defense. That's not going to happen, which is going to put more pressure on Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen, who just, this boy is still top flight receiver in the NFL. So much props to him. But you're going to put the onus on Justin Herbert. So how do the Titans win next week? Number one, that game plan, whatever that book you bought to New Orleans, obviously you burnt that motherfucker, threw it in the trash or whatever, because it can't be that. You got to have an effective Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill's better than that. I know, guys. This is it. Believe me, this is Tannehill's last year here. It's over, and he knows it. And he's not gonna play another year in Tennessee after this. But we've seen Tannehill come through when he didn't have weapons. What has to happen is Kelly, Vrabel, and the offensive coaches have to come up with a game plan to utilize Henry, Spears, Hopkins, Burks. You can't have Tannehill he's got to make the reads.
Yes, that's what I was saying,
You
because
cannot have Traylon Burks
receivers were open. Receivers were
waving
open.
his hands up the field, like Joe said, with a 12-year quarterback behind center. Okay, you've been there 12 years, so that's one of the things I like to ask Tannehill. Ryan, what the fuck was you doing when Traylon was waving his fucking hands? Like, you glance, you got to make those plays, and those throws that he made. This is one of the worst complete games I've watched Tannehill play as far as the placement of the balls, throwing it in when he should have threw it out, throwing it under when he should have thrown it over the top. You know, that first play with DeAndre Hopkins on double coverage, yes, it's double coverage. But if you lead Hopkins is a guy where all you got to do is place the ball somewhere and he going to make the catch himself. These are the things that have to happen for the Titans to win. So now I go to Antoine Hudson first. Huds, I do this on every show. At the end of every show, I go around the horn and I ask, Antoine Hudson, final thoughts.
Final thoughts are that I believe our coaches will not let us down and will give us a victory that this team has been missing for the past 8 games now, right? They're not going to make it 9. That's my final thoughts.
Zoe. Final thoughts.
My final thoughts are something's got to change. We've lost now our last 8 regular season games. My final thought is, can the offense put enough points? Can they put up 21 or more points in a fucking game? You know how many times we've done that since the beginning of last season? A total of 4 fucking times. 21 points. Can you put up more than 21 points in those games where we put up more than 21 points or more? We were 3-1 in those games last season because we have a defense that can hold you down. We have Mike Vrabel, who most of the time ain't gonna have the fuck ups that he had this last game. So I don't expect it to repeat itself. Can the offense, can Tannehill and Kelly and Henry and the rest of these, D-Hop and Burks and the offensive line, can they hold it together to contribute 21 or more offensive fucking points? If they can, we got a really good chance of winning this game. If they can't, we're most likely, based off of the last history, going to lose. Tighten up.
Now Dean comes at it in a different way. So when we come to Dean, we ask Dean, what are your final thoughts? Or Can I get the gist of it?
You know, I'm gonna give you the gist of it, cuz GYST Titans, get your shit together. Now we're gonna jump this thing off, man. Now look, first of all, you got Justin Herbert coming up in here looking like he rode the surfboard to work. We're not gonna let his pretty boy LA ass come down here and then act like he gonna act a fool down here in North Nashville. No, sir, not gonna happen. Now you gotta look at it. Vrabel, they gave you the blueprint. Austin Eckler had 16 carries, 5 targets, 20 total touches, and he accumulated over 160 yards. That's what I'm talking about. We need to do with Derek Henry. They got the young boy behind him, Kelly, with 16 more carries. He got 91. They're trying to show you how to spread it out and keep it kosher. Nobody's scared of Justin Herbert's surfer-looking ass because he only had 23 completions with 33 attempts for 238 yards. They were moving the ball up the middle. The Titans are not going to allow that. And you got to understand, them hoes had no sacks. Tannehill, don't be scared. This is when you get it. 0 sacks. They couldn't even touch Tua. And then you're looking at the cornerback, J.C. Jackson. He is over here thinking he done just been in a horror movie dealing with Tyreek Hill the whole game. So you have to understand he is scared of anything that moves. He does not want to have anything. Let Denard Hopkins get him in open space and we'll be able to shake something. You have to get a Conquo ready to go. They are still successful to the tight end. Across the middle, Miami does not work. They can't help it. They can't stop it. That's why running up the middle, we'll get the yards rushing. All we need to do, get our receivers in space, make some big plays, and we can turn this thing around. That's the gist of it. Titans, get your shit together.
My final thoughts, roll again to the coaching game and what it's going to take for the Titans, not only to win on Sunday, but to be successful this season. We watched over the last few years, Tannehill having to take the load on his shoulders, mainly because, John Robinson didn't give him any weapons in the last couple of years. Just didn't have anybody to throw to. Once A.J. Brown said, I'm out, A.J. looked around. And I guess A.J. figured what was going on. Ain't shit happening here. I'm going to take my ass someplace else. Went to Philly, almost won himself a Super Bowl by doing that. And we got the weapons now. So it's up to the coaching staff to be able to come up with a consistent play calling game. Starts next week. You have the weapons now for Tannehill. You can't imagine that Tannehill is going to turn around and stink up his own house on Sunday like he stunk up New Orleans yesterday. So that's basically the bottom line. So we thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. This is Everything Titans, the NGSC Sports Tennessee Titans podcast. Of course, the website is NGSCsports.com. Check us out on Facebook at NGSC Sports. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports. Of course, we are on YouTube, as we are live on YouTube now at NGSC Sports. Swing by the channel, give it a like, give it a subscribe. Know that we'll be back next week. I'll be back tomorrow with the NGSC Sports Weekly Baseball Show in the batter's box. We will have the CEO of the Victoria Independent League and 2 of the owners of the teams there. We'll be talking some more stuff on baseball. So join us. And of course, next week, we'll be back recapping the Saints game. But before we get out of here, Zoe, you got something?
And also, stay tuned later on the week. We'll probably put out something of a preview of a more detailed focus preview on the next week before the game. And stay tuned for our shorts. We're going to cut this up. We're going to put some more stuff to it, put it out there. So stay tuned for those tweet outs and Facebook outs. And thanks to production man, Mr. Dean there, so we go keep it coming. Like NGSC Sports motto says, We never stop. And we finna bring it to you all season long, everything Titans. And we go tighten up. And even when we tighten down, we go tighten up any the fuck way.
Damn right. As I always tell y'all at the end of the show every week, thank you for joining us. And like we say down south, peace. All right, boys.